Hello and welcome to Barre. This is a mixture of ballet, Pilates and other fitness elements, and it's going to work best today if you are in socks or in bare feet, so you can really work through the floor. And then for today's extra props, we will be using two small hand weights. They don't have to be official hand weights, they can just be two tins from your kitchen cupboard, or two objects of equal weight that are nice and easy to hold on to. We're going to be doing some exercises with Total Barre with those. You can also do the exercise without any hand weights. So whatever you've got, use it or go without, absolutely fine. We're going to be starting away from our bar. So whatever you're using for a bar, the back of a chair, edge of the table, the wall, whatever you're using, just step yourself away so you've got a little bit of space around you. We're going to start a warm up in the centre. So with me, just following along for this one. We're going to place the feet underneath the sit bones, grow tall on both sides of the body, lift up through the top of the head. We're going to take a deep breath, bend the knees and reach for the sky. Two hands reaching up, palms towards each other, turn them and press the air down and away. Take that one more time, breathe in, reach up and away. Palms facing in, palms facing out to press the air down. We're going to take some rolls through the shoulders, rolling back. And at the same time, we're going to be taking a little plie into the knees. Let's keep the knees going. Let's take the shoulders the other way, up and forwards. Nice and swift. Just getting a bit of movement into the body. Let's go one shoulder and then the other. One rolling back, one rolling back. Starting to deepen the breathing into the sides and backs of the lungs. Rolling the shoulders forwards. We're going to take a little step through the foot. Little paddy foot at the same time. We're going to take the elbow back. So we're going to go for elbow up and back. I'm going to start stepping the feet into a nice loose second position. And I'm going to take the elbow up and forward so it goes round and over. Keep the feet going, having a little bit of rotation, a little bit of side bend through the body. If you've got space, you're going to take a full arm up and over. If you're a little push for space, just a widened out arm opening a little more into the chest. Take that forward. So again, either a sort of front crawl action or a nice wide open arm, a little side bend through the body. We're going to drop that out, we're going to turn that into a bit of a rotation, so it's going to swing round the side. Still keeping the feet going, now it's more of a bounce and stretch, bounce and stretch. Just letting that rotation swing, let the arms be free. We're going to start to make that smaller now, bringing that in towards ourselves. Little rotation, take a little look through the head. Side to side. Take a little look through the head, up and down. We're going to take one more time, reaching for the ceiling. Slowing the breathing down, pressing the hands down. Take a little tiny roll through the spine, bend the knees, curving over, maybe a little cat stretch here, little lengthen forwards. Drop the sit bones underneath you again, round the back. Unroll through the spine, and we are going to step ourselves up to our bar. So whatever you are using for your bar today, either bring it to you or bring you to it. And we're going to be starting today in a parallel position. So feet are again going to be underneath the sit bones. We're thinking long parallel legs. Try not to lock back into the knees, just think upwards. Thighs lifting to draw up the kneecaps. Wrapping the glutes around underneath. So wrapping the butt cheeks towards each other. TVA muscles starting to wrap around the waist as well. That corset around the belly button. Notching in, placing the fingertips onto the bar. We're going to take a little bend and stretch. So we're just dropping the sit bones down in space, only as far as to keep the heels down on the floor. So not so far the heels creep up, not so far the butt sticks out. Just dropping down. We're going to add a lift of one heel. So we're going to go down, we're going to raise a heel, we're going to place it down, we're going to lengthen. Same thing again on the other side, one heel. Trying to keep the hip bones level as we go. So two level hip bones, press away. We're going to add a rise with the knee bent. So we're going to go down, bend the knee, raise it up, place the heel. So we've got down, lift the heel, stretch the leg, place it down. Once more each side. Still keeping level, lengthening up through the top of the spine. We're going to add a little more on now. This one's a little more complex. We've got down, lift the heel, raise up. 2 feet, drop the other heel, bend the knee, drop the heel, stretch the legs. That was a lot. We'll do it the other side. Knee, go straight, go rise, drop the other heel down, bend the knees, drop that heel, come to lengthen. Take that again, smoothly down, heel rise, straighten up, lengthen to your sides, drop the heel, bend the knee, drop the heel again, and reach one more, bend the knees, lift a heel, stretch one leg, stretch two legs, drop a heel, drop the knees, drop the other heel, come down. We'll lengthen as we rotate, so stepping yourself into a turned out first position. If you're happy to continue at the same pace, it'll be something like this, a bend, a heel, come along with me, two straight legs, one bent leg, two bent legs, still two bent legs, and stretch. Let's go back the other way at the same pace. Two long legs, heel drops down, bend the knees, replace the heel, and lengthen. Just pause there for a second, skip the music back slightly, and we'll take that same thing again, maybe a little faster. You can keep going at that same pace with 1 and 2, or you can come with me. Here we go. We've got a bend, heel, stretch, up, heel, bend, heel, down, a bend, heel, stretch, up, down, 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 and up. See if you can keep that going. Finding length at the top and at the bottom. So we never want to sink into the joints. We're always thinking of lifting up and away. Still thinking TVA wrapping around the waist. No ducktail, just dropping the sit bone straight down in space. One more either side. Last time, bend knees, heel, stretch, up and down. Bend, heel, replace. Just take a little bend. Maybe a little sway through the pelvis. Let it have a little wiggle around now to be very still in space. And then we're going to rotate back into a parallel stretch up through the legs. Have a little shake out. We're going to take that into an exercise for a bit more rotation and opening through the hips. And also into some tondus. So stepping into a first position, we are still facing on towards our bar. We're going to take two hands on. We're going to start by lifting one heel. So I have shifted my weight to the other leg slightly. We've lifted one heel and that leg is going to rotate inwards and outwards 4 times. We're going to do it all on one side. This will make sense in a moment. All of the movements we do, we're going to do on one side, and then we're going to repeat the whole thing on the other leg. So for the beginning, just stick with the same leg moving, and I'll let you know when to change sides. So look on both sides, lifting that heel, bending through the knee. We've got rotating in and out 4 times. Just the rotation on its own. So the pelvis nice and square. We're going to take a bend as we go. A little bend and open. So still the same motion, just bending. We're going to add a bit of drag through the foot. So now we're opening and closing a little bit across the floor. And then we're going to take that to a full extension. So in all the way out to a tonju. We're going to repeat all of that again on the other side. Here we go. We've got just in and out. Just 4 of them. Just warming up into the hip socket. The next one's going to have a plie on it as well. So a little bend and open. A bend. So we're still keeping rotated on that supporting leg. Allow the foot to drift a little bit across the floor. Figure skating with the toes. And then it's going to come all the way out to a fully extended leg. All the way to a tonju, to the tips of the toes. Let's just take some tonjus. We're going to go to the front, to the side, to the back. Then we're going to take a little lunge to the back and do a pulled bra with our arms. Then we'll do the whole thing again, to the front, to the side, to the back. Put it down, pull the bra. We're going to do 4 tonjus in each position. Here we go. With 1 and 2. Did I say it was swift? It's swift. To the side. Nice and snappy, brushing the foot across the floor. To the back, try not to tip through the pelvis. 3, that's 4. Place it down. Brush the arms open around. Calm back. Other side. It's 1, 2, far away. 2, 3, 4. To the side. Staying lengthened on both sides of the body. To the back, try not to let the pelvis tip. 3, that's 4, place it down. Let's do that whole thing one more time. We've got to the front, 4. If you wanted to, you could test the balance a little bit. Just taking your hands lightly away from the bar, making sure evenly rotated on 2 legs the whole time. Place the heel down. Deep breath. Come back, last time. It's 2, it's 1 and 2 this side. Staying low on this side of the body. Try not to push into the bar, stay lifted. 3, that's 4, place that heel down, reach away, come back in, take a little bend through the knees again, take a little shift, maybe sink the legs back a little bit, maybe take a little stretch out through back, and roll, step one leg forward, only slightly, little calf stretch into the back leg. So not too much space between the legs. I'm thinking about 2 knees pointing straight forwards. Switching over to the other side, little calf stretch. 2 heels pressing down into the floor. Again, think lengthening the back leg rather than rocking backwards into the knee. Coming forwards. Take it onto the tips of the toes. Very, very gentle stretch out across the front of the foot. Really soft. And same on the other side. Very gentle, little tiny stretch out. And coming back again. We're going to be moving into some work for our upper body. So a little bit more movement now. We've been really concentrating on staying stacked, keeping that TVA wrapping, obliques stopping us from rocking and rolling in the center. Now we want to get those obliques moving a little more. So they're going to get some flexion, some extension, and some side bend. So taking you into a second position, drawing up the thighs, rotating as far as is available from the top of the leg. Make sure it's not coming from the feet. So both sides of the foot pressing evenly into the floor. We're going to take a lift of the chest. And we're going to take a little bend and a curve. Go back again, lift, straighten the legs, bend and curve. So when I'm lengthening upwards, 2 long sides, I'm thinking lifting the breastbone up. When I'm dropping the sit bones and curving the upper back. So we don't really need to tuck the tailbone under, just drop it straight down. And lift, drop it down. We're going to add in a little side bend, up and over to the side, come back around, and lengthen the legs. Take that again. You've got a lift of the chest. You've got to curve forwards. We're going to stay down. We're going to take a side bend. You could be keeping it like that just with the side bend, or it could be rolling all the way around. Take a lift of the chest. Curve the spine forwards. Come up and side bend. Round over your bar to the other side and away. Lengthen the legs. Lift the chest. Bend it forwards. Unroll into side bend, curve around the front. We're going to go once more either way. This moment here, lifting. This moment here, curving. Don't miss this moment. Unroll to come into your side bend. Round to the other side. Up and away. Final time. Lifting chest. Breathe it in. Exhale, but unroll the top of the spine so you have somewhere to go. And around. Reaching away and up. Lengthening through the legs. A fair bit of plie in that one as well, to be honest. Have a little shake out through the thighs. The next one, not so plie, so it's okay. We're actually going to move away from the bar. We're going to be taking our Total Barre exercise. So with your weights handy, let's just go through the positions first of all. Pop those somewhere easy, accessible nearby. You could do this whole exercise in a parallel position, feet underneath the sit bones, just lengthening up through the legs. You could do this whole exercise in a first position. If that's something you're used to working in, holding that position for longer periods of time, absolutely fine. Keep wrapping from the top of the leg, wrapping the glutes. If you know that it's going to start to kind of meander, not the best one, go for this instead. Just have something nice and solid, because it's more about what we're going to be doing through the upper body. So we're going to be taking a bra bar and a first position first of all. So we're going to be moving through these two. Then we're going to be moving through some first and some second. So first position roughly in line with the belly button. Second position open so you can still see the fingers if you wiggle them just out the corners of the eyes. We're also going to be working up into a fourth position. I'm just going to kneel down for a second to make sure this definitely happens on the screen. So I'm going to be raising the arm over the top. We have a little bit of that fourth position happening. We have a little bit of third, which is 1 and 2 together. So your first position and your second position makes your third. Your fourth, up and over the top. And then we're also going to have a little bit of fifth position where you're going to be holding onto the weight, so it's going to be the fists pointing in towards each other, and an open fifth, which looks like a V shape. Make sure it doesn't swing behind you, particularly when you're holding your weights. Keep it forwards, out the corners of your eyes. So all of these positions are happening in the front of your sphere of movement. So if you reach your arms out in all directions, imagine a big circle bubble around you. In that front half of the sphere, that's where all the arms are happening. You will be standing. I apologise if my arms go off the screen. If you weren't sure of any of those positions, skip back. We had first, second, third, we had fourth, we had fifth, we had open fifth. So just try and fit those in with your weights. If at any time you want to place the weights down, absolutely fine. Please feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's begin in our bra bar position. Parallel or first. I'm going to go for a parallel, nice and strong. Wide through the collarbones. Just find this position first of all. Slight slight curve through the arms. Take a breath in. Exhale away. Then gently lift to first position. We're going to take it down. It's nice and smooth. Fairly slow. Take it down. It's going to feel a little faster when the movements start getting a bit more expansive. When we're moving perhaps from third to fourth. Let's go from first position out to second. So it's a little bit like a chest fly. A little bit like opening out here. Reaching in, curving, open out, still curving. So we're keeping that curve the whole time. We're going to bring one arm in front into our third position. We're going to move from third position to third. Trying not to sway through the body. Trust me, I'm trying to limit that too. It's hard work. It's actually a lot of core work to make sure that the arms don't pull the body off the centre. Let's raise one arm up. Let's go from fourth to fourth. Now we're thinking more about the muscles that were creating the side bend before, not letting us side bend now. So still those obliques. Trying not to let you pull into the sides of the body, stay long. Let's take two arms up. If you've lost my hands off the screen, I'm just going to kneel down. We're going to open out to fifth. We're going to come back to fifth. So we've got open fifth. You can still see my hands out the corners of my eyes. They're just visible there. So nothing is too far away from me. Nothing going into the back space where I can't see it. So everything's really supported. Let's open it out to a second. Let's take it down to bra bar. Let's do a few that move up all the way to fifth and all the way down. Here we go. So we're going to open to second, take it to fifth, take it back down. Still think of the chest lifting up and forwards, making sure the back doesn't pitch into the back space. So opening, that wasn't a clear sentence, making sure that you don't lean into the space behind you is what I meant there. Reaching above, opening away. You've just got one more of those. To the sides. Take it up to the top. Take it down, and just release. From where you are, just pop those weights down. Take a big reach, an expansive reach. It can wiggle, it can do all the things it wasn't doing before. Have a little swing around. Have a little wiggle down. Releasing through the head, through the neck. Gentle movements there. Little shoulder rolls, little curves through the back, little wiggly knees. Whatever it needs, just to release tension if there was any tension building up there. And it's unavoidable. Tension builds. That's why we have these moments of relaxation, moments through the body, just to reset ourselves. We don't need these anymore. Pop them over to one side. We're going to be moving into an exercise for our legs. We'll take the volume down. What's that word? Taking the volume down for a second so that we can have a little chat about an exercise today, the cardio legs exercise. This is taken from the Total Barre series by Stop Pilates. I have made a few modifications to port de bras, to positions of the legs, little things. So if you're used to the Total Barre cardio legs pure exercise, you will notice some differences. So we're going to have several different motions through the leg that build up towards something that's like a grand battement, a nice big beat through the leg, taking space. We're going to build up to it. We're going to start with some battement to the back. So you're going to have to be face onto your bar and you need space behind you. We're also going to move at one point in the exercise so that we need some space in front of us and then to the side, and we will be side on to the bar. So you almost need a sort of quarter circle of space with your bar at one end of it. Is there an end of a quarter circle? You know what I mean. You need a little bit of space here in this area. So have a little wander around your kitchen, see if you can make that work. If not, you can always just hit pause and shift yourself around. We're going to be starting in a gentle first position. It does not have to be your maximum held rotation. It can be slightly smaller. We're going to be starting with one leg forward in a tendu. We're going to be taking a battement to the back. So we're going to be lengthening the legs back, lengthening the spine forwards and coming back again. It's happening on a straight leg, so we are tilting the pelvis and returning. Try not to nosedive down towards your bar. Think about yourself as a pendulum. Whoosh. Because the leg lifts, so the body ducks. Ducks, dips. I couldn't decide if I was saying ducks or dips, so it ducks. I quite like it, I might use it. So we are lengthened on two sides of the body. We've got to reach away and return. It's quite swift. It's a battement, so it's a beating action. We've got some of those. We've got a port de bras whilst we're there. We'll get to that. We've got an action that is like a contraction over the leg, so contracting that little curved flexion through the top of the body and then coming back into a lunge. That could be to just the ball of the foot. If you know your ankles and your Achilles will allow it, the heel could come down, but don't feel that you have to. Ball of the foot. And then we have a few more of those, a little swifter. They could be on a rise, on the supporting leg. Again, don't feel that you have to, it's just an option. From there, we're going to be taking that around into a side-on position. We've got some movements that involve some forward attitude swings through the leg. So that's going to come from a tendu to the back, and it's going to swing forward. We've got some lunges into that. We've got some pulses while we're there. Lots going on here. Then we're going to take it to the side. We've got from a curtsy to a battement. That could be bent or straight. See how you feel when you get there. See what's available in the legs, in the hamstrings, in the inside thighs. We've also got some squats down in a curtsy. That could be here, that could be here, and then we've got, again, some swings. So there's lots going on. You can modify everything as you go along. If it needs to be low, please make it low. In fact, please don't make it too high. Better to be 90 degrees or under and be nice and strong through the body. If you need to change anything to the ball of the foot or to the flat of the foot, please do. Protect your body first. Let's give this a go. So we're going to be starting with ourselves face onto our bar. We're going to be taking one leg, forwards into a tendu devant, and it's going to be swinging to the back. We're going to do 12 of them. Let's give it a go. So coming face onto the bar, tendu to the front, length on both sides. You've got 12 of this first action, and then into a long lunge for the bra. Here we go. On 5, on 6, on 5 and 6, and brush the floor away. Come back. It does not have to be high. It can be low. Remember, if it's low, you're not going to pitch so far in the body. Think about lengthening the foot away from you, reaching one long line from head to toe. We're going to place that leg down. We're going to take a nice big opening through the arms. We're going to come back into the bar, lengthen the leg to the back. We're going to come into a little contraction over the leg. It could be on a rise, or it could be on a flat foot. Let's start from our lunge. Here we go. We've got contracting in and back. So thinking of this long diagonal through the body, it becomes a little more contracted and lengthened. So up and over and away. Up and over and away. Squeezing the glutes, especially of the supporting leg. 4 to go. It's 4. Pressing down on your bar. Remember, it could be on a flat foot. Still the same action. That's our last one. Lengthening up. Turn yourself so you're side onto your bar. Take that leg around to the back. We've got a derriere tendu. It's going to brush forwards and back. Just 8 of these. They could be low. It's fine. It's cardio. It's not about flexibility as much as it is about the cardio. She says trying to breathe. We're going to take some little pulses with that leg. So it's going to pulse up and 2 and 3. It's hard. Just 4 to go. 6. It's 7. We're going to take a little lunge to brush. That can still be on a bent leg at the front. Does not have to be a straight leg. 4 to go. You can hear in my voice that it's challenging. 2 more. Last one. We're going to take that leg into a curtsy position. Try and find a little inside thigh engagement before we bend through the knees. This is going to come to a tendu. Tendu, curtsy. I missed that one out when I was explaining it. It's just that little brush of the foot along the floor. 4 to go. You could have the arms in a second position, like we used in our Total Barre. Take the leg back, little bounces down. It's hard work to do and talk. Probably just hard work to do. We're going to take that into brush. That could be an attitude leg. It could be a straight leg, reaching away from you. 4 to go. Long on both sides of the body. Then brush the foot down and away. Last one. Come back, return to your bar. Lengthen 2 legs. It's cardio, right? Shake those legs out. We are going to do it all again on the other side, I'm afraid. I'm going to shift my bar around to over here. You might just be turning to face the other direction, perhaps moving your camera. So all the same thing again. Starting with the other leg, it's going to be tendu to the front. Make sure you've got space behind you to send it to the back. This is always where I come unstuck. There we go, hopefully that's the one. Tendu to the front, long on both sides of the body. Deep breath in, here we go. Brush and tendu, brush. Try and brush the floor on both sides of that movement. So brush it as it comes back again to the tendu. I know that's something I'm not supreme at either, and I'm working on it. 4 to go. Long body, long spine, long leg, maintaining that rotation on the bottom leg. Take it back, place it down. Little Total Barre, opening away. Just enjoy that sensation. We're going to take a nice slow contraction over the leg. Could be on a rise, could be on a flat foot. Take that leg back down to the lunge. Here we go, faster. Curve and back. Contract, place back. So we're still thinking about that long line through the spine, but it curves at the top, over the leg and back. I've lost count, let's do 4 more. 4. And 3, I think I got a little fast there. It's 2, last one. We're gonna lengthen up. Turn yourself around so you're side onto the bar. You've got one leg tendue to the back. The other one is gonna that one is gonna brush forward. Brush and back. So it's a tendu with a back onto the front in an attitude. So a bent leg, rotated as much as you are able to facilitate and sustain. We're going to take some pulses. 8, 7, aren't the pulses mean? 4, 3, 2, and I lost count there. We're going to take it to the back. We're going to come from a lunge position. This is again going to go into an attitude. Here we go. We've got brush and back and brush. I think maybe I didn't turn the music back up again. That's probably where I'm going wrong here. 4 to go. Take it back. Wrapping the glute with that underneath leg. We've got come back to a curtsy, bend to tendu. 2 bent legs, tendu out. And try it again. Brush the foot along the floor every time. The more we make contact with the ground, the more it relates into that swing of the leg later. We've got little curtsy bounces. I can't remember if we did that on the previous side, but we're doing it here. And then we have our final set of curtsy to grand battement. Could be a straight leg, could be a bent leg. Try and brush that floor every time. I couldn't decide if it was straight or bent there. Did you see that little shaky leg? And again, last one. Come to 2 legs. Come back to parallel. Lengthen on both sides. Reach it up. Told you it was cardio. Don't worry, me too. Replace your bar. Something a little slower now, but fairly challenging still in itself. We're going to take a push-up exercise. We're going to start from a standing position. You're probably feeling a little bit jittery, probably feeling a little bit zingy. Try and find some stillness again through the body. Glutes wrapping, TVA wrapping, lifting through the top of the head, wide through the collarbones. We're going to take a roll down through the spine. Breathing smoothly as you go. At any time, you can bend the knees. Curving over your back. Try and keep the weight forwards on the balls of the feet until the hands can touch the floor. That might be with bent legs, that might be with straight legs. We're going to walk the hands forward. Again, that could be bent knees or it could be straight legs into a plank position. You might be staying in your plank to do 3 push-ups. You might be placing your knees down and untucking your toes. Keep the pelvis forwards. Try not to let it pitch back. 3 push-ups. Inhale, chest towards the floor. Exhale away. It might not go all the way down. It might only go a little way, and that's fine. If it's your maximum for today, lengthen back into your plank position. Walking back, could be bent knees, could be straight. Let's try and get in the frame. Drop the head, very important. Drop the head as you unroll. So we're not gripping up in the back of the neck there. We're going to take that again in your own time. You can follow along with my voice, or you can just take it for yourself. But here we go, rolling down again. Now ideally just inhaling all the way down here, but we have been doing a lot of cardio, and so the breath might still be returning to normal. It might take a few goes. You might need a few more breaths in there. Coming into your plank or half plank position, 3 push-ups. And they are tricep focus push-ups. So the elbows pointing directly back towards your heels. After 3, walking the hands back towards the feet. Bent or straight legs, allow the head to release. And finally bent or straight legs and rolling through the spine. Restacking, take a breath in. Roll it down again. Don't worry, no more push-ups. Let's just have a little stretch out. Bent or straight legs as you walk yourself into a downwards dog-ish shape. So we're thinking feet sinking down into the floor, heels sinking towards the floor. If that means bending your knees to lengthen your back, absolutely fine. Breathing into the backs of the lungs. Exhaling away. One more breath here. Nice and long through the spine. We're going to lift the heels, place the knees down. Untuck the toes, bring the hands in underneath the shoulders. We're going to be opening one arm away to the sky. And then we're going to feed it underneath, facing towards a fairly straight supporting arm here. So keeping the supporting arm pretty straight, just feed underneath. So we're turning the chest away from the upper arm and in towards it. Try and keep abdominals lifted. Replace that hand down, same on the other side. So you'll see it a little easier now. So I'm opening away and then I'm turning towards this arm, staying quite straight. Reaching away, breathing in, exhale. Try and keep the weight forwards over that supporting arm. Nice stretch in the rotation there. One more reach up. Rotating around, come back down. We're going to come back into our plank position just for a moment, so we can step 1 foot forwards. You might need to give a little hand, sneak forwards, a nice long lunge. Little rock forwards and back for you there. Breathing nice and deep. If it is comfortable, swim the arm around, reaching up towards the sky, rotating towards the supporting leg. Bringing that hand back down. Either with bent or straight legs, we're coming through. The second position is going to look funny. Hello, there you are. Coming around to the other side. So we're lunging into the other leg. Take a little rock again. Come to a stillness, thinking shin dropping down over the center of the foot. If it's comfy, swim the arm around, rotating towards the bent leg. We're going to bring that arm down. I'm going to bend the back knee. I'm going to bring it to the outside of the front ankle. If you've gotten lost, just take a moment, try and mirror this. And then we're going to take the opposite arm to the front leg, wrap around and rotate. You should be rotating towards your top leg. If you're not, just gently unravel and turn yourself around. Absolutely fine. Who's to say you weren't just exploring the breath? We're going to rotate back towards that leg and then away from it, around the other way. Place 2 hands into the floor. Come to a slightly smaller second position. Come down again. All I've done is swivel there. Again, if you've gotten lost, just try and mirror this. So now the other leg is bent knee to the sky. The other leg is tucked in underneath. Wrap the opposite arm to the top knee. Rotate towards that top leg. And again, if you've gotten lost, just gently unravel and re-ravel yourself the other way. Rotated towards, lifting through the spine, little stretch into the outside of the glute muscle here. We're going to unravel the body, unravel 2 legs, send them away from you. Walk the feet out, 2 lengthened legs. Let's go for flex feet first. We're going to slide the hands down. We're curving the spine up and over like a spine stretch so the pelvis doesn't move. It's just the back curving. One more time like that. Rounding the spine, stretching out those muscles either side of the spine that do that work to lengthen and extend. And slide away. And now this one, a little more of a hamstring stretch if it's appropriate to you. So I'm going to fold a little bit more. I've allowed the pelvis to tilt. And I'm folding down towards the legs. You might be here. You might not be touching the toes yet. That's fine. We've all been there. I was definitely there during the second lockdown. Couldn't touch them at all. Had a hamstring injury. So I know very well the process that it takes to get just that little bit nearer. Every time you might be coming to touch the feet, you might be coming to touch the heels, you might be lengthening down, however far you want to go. Try and find length in the back of the neck. So imagine the ponytail being pulled upwards. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to be unrolling. We're going to be coming and stepping the feet in underneath us to come back into a little squat position. Nice and release. We're going to drop the heels down, lengthen 2 legs. They come as lengthened as you are available. Oh, that's a bad sentence. They are, run out of words, it's all that cardio. Long legs are optional, bent knees are also optional. Breathe it in, Exhale, do bend the knees now to gently unroll. Restacking one bone at a time through the top of the head. And we are done there for today. Thank you very much.